Objective 2 in this section is teaching us how to do step 1 if our equation begins with decimals in it. So how to clear the decimals from a linear equation. There's just one rule for this one. To clear the decimals from a linear equation, you multiply each term, and again that would be each term not in parentheses, by the smallest, I think that M has one too many humps in it, there we go, smallest power of 10 that will eliminate the decimals. So let's jump into some examples to see if we can make sense of that instruction. So when I look at this term, I have one decimal place in my first term, two decimal places in this term, and three decimal places in this term. Since this one has my largest number of decimal places, it's going to dictate which power of 10 I use to multiply this equation. And looking at this, the power of 10, incidentally, powers of 10 are things like 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, etc. Multiplying both sides of this equation by 1,000 is the smallest power of 10 that will eliminate all decimals from the equation. So I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by 1,000. So to multiply this first term by 1,000, I need to move the decimal to the right 3 places. So this 1/10 x, when multiplied by 1,000, becomes 100x. The 1/1500ths, when multiplied by 1,000, the decimal moves again 3 places. So this will become 150. The 8 minus x, since it's in parentheses, does not get multiplied by the 1,000. We just copy it down. And on the other side, multiplying 125 thousandths by 1,000 will make it into just 125. The 8 is in parentheses, so we'll just copy it down. Now that I've gotten the decimals to go away, I can solve this equation the same way that I have solved all the other linear equations. So I'll have 100x plus, let me think about this. Well, 2 times 150 would be 300, and then I would need 4 of those. So it looks like it's going to be 1,200 minus 150x. And on the other side, 125 times 8, multiplying it by 2 or doubling it gives me 250. I need 4 of those. So that's going to become a 1,000. The numbers look pretty big, but they're going to get small quickly. When I combine these two like terms together, 100x minus 150x leaves me with a negative 50x plus 1,200 equals 1,000. And then subtracting 1,200 from both sides, I'll get negative 50x equals negative 200. Dividing both sides by a negative 50 leaves me with x. The negatives cancel out, the zeros cancel out, 5 fits into 20 4 times, so x is equal to 4. We'll check this answer the same way we did the fraction ones by substituting the 4 back into the original equation. So 1/10 multiplied by 4 plus 1/1500ths multiplied by 8 minus 4 should equal 125 thousandths multiplied by 8. Well, 1/10 multiplied by 4 is 4/10. And I'll write down my 1500ths for a minute here until I've done the math inside the parentheses. Multiplying 15, or 1/15 by 4 is going to give me 0.6. And when I add 4/10 and 6/10 together, I get a total of 1 for the left side. On the right side of my equation, 8 times 125 was 1,000. But the decimal needs to move over 3 places, so 8 times 125 thousandths will also equal 1. So our equation checks. Let's look at one more. Actually, I'll save the next 2 examples for the next video.